All right. All right. I think we got it. I think we got it. Good morning. Good morning. It's Postcards coming to you live from Portland, Maine, where it's always 70 and sunny, except today it's about 75. And I think I have a frog in my throat today. I was singing a lot on the weekend. I was staying in a great big room. I was singing Brandy Carlisle at the top of my lungs because that was just the thing to do. All right. Well, I think it's time to turn the guitar on and have a little song, shall we? Good morning, good morning. Jenny Van West coming to you live from the Postcard Studio where it's always 70 and sunny. I think I already went over that part. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time from North Moldovia. You don't need a reason. You don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to P.O. Box 1252. Just write a postcard. 04098. Just write a postcard to Westbrook, Maine, 'cause Grandma loves this show. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, and salutations and all that good stuff this morning. I want to make sure on my new mail area that I've got the new mail in a place where you can really see it. How about over here? I've got some new mail, and I've got a new package. Look at that. We're going to be opening that up at 11:30. And so if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to Postcards, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live and in person. And if you write to us, we'll read it on the show on Mondays. Good morning, Diggy. How's it going? How's it going? Let's see what's happening here. So, interesting weekend. Had a nice time visiting the relatives down by the ocean. That was really fun. And had some good walks and talks and ate some good food. And last night we walked all the way out the pier to go to Monahan's, which is a clam stand. And just to get the visual in your mind, the line was about 75 people long. And we stood in it. And we waited, and we got a table, and we hung out, and we did this, and we did that, and it was really nice. So anyway, eating clams by the ocean, or eating, actually what their specialty is these little fritters. This is down in Narragansett, Rhode Island, Monahan's, way down at the south end of the pier. Clam cakes, which are basically, if you're from the South, or if you've ever been, oh, interesting interference. Interesting interference in my microphone. They're like corn fritters. They're like these round balls of dough, and they have a clam stuck in the middle of it. It sounds horrible, but they're actually very delicious. So anyway, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. And yes, it sounds like a lovely visit. It was a lovely visit. Thank you. Good to get out of Dodge and take a look around and, go see family. And, this year is all about reuniting with family. I don't have a lot of shows coming up. I don't have a lot of other stuff besides connecting with family this year because we kind of didn't get to do that for a couple of years, in case anybody didn't notice. So this morning I'm going to give you okay, so here's the deal. If you're just joining us for the first time and you've never been to this show before, here's the deal. You write to me, I read it on the show. It's that simple. Keep it clean, PG-11, all right? Write to me, we read it on the show at 11:30. 11:15, prior to that, is Steals and Deals. And we do have Steals and Deals this morning. So we'll be hearing from the grocery circulars in our neighborhood and talking about what kind of tasty things you can get for not too much money. And then at 11:45, we'll be talking about what's coming up, which is pretty much more of the same, because it's summer in the Postcard Studio. All right, so, well, let's get on with it, shall we? All right, let's play a song. I had a good time. Like I said, I was staying in a, if you heard the very opening of the show, I sung this in my light opera kind of a way that I do. I got to stay in a great big room with a cathedral ceiling. And so I really had a nice time singing. I actually was belting it out, belting out a Brandy Carlisle song into the rafters, which was really nice and very therapeutic, and grateful for that experience. If you all ever get into a place, where you have the opportunity to enjoy natural reverb, a church or a big hall, or out in Port Townsend, there used to be this. There still is. It's still there because it's underground. It's never going away. It's a cistern. It's an old water cistern from when the Army used to have a fort out at Port Townsend, and people make arrangements to go in there and record records and stuff like that. I've never done it. I used to live in Port Townsend. I've never done that, but it's on the bucket list. So anyway, singing into beautiful spaces and stuff like that. So tell me how your weekend was. Tell me what's up. How's the weather? What's up with the drought? How you staying cool? Heard any good music lately? What did you think about Joni Mitchell getting on stage at Newport? These kinds of things that have an impact. All right. So write me some comments and I'll read them after the song. Okay, so I think I'm going to stick with songs I know, which is always a good idea. And I'm gonna pick something that I feel like playing. How about that? And so where I think I'm gonna go is, I feel like playing one of my favorite summertime songs that I wrote, which is, it's also about the eternal return of that, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And I always picture, Dairy Queen shows up in this song, and I often picture in my mind, there's a couple Dairy Queens around here. One of them's in South Portland, at a very busy intersection, kind of on a V, like that's one of the ones I picture, or more likely the one on the way to Westbrook. It's actually between here and the post office, where I went today to pick up your mail, okay? And got to, we got a couple bits of mail in there. Okay, so turn the headphones down or I'm gonna shout into my own ears. Glad to be with you here this morning. Well, she caught us there by the willow tree near the center of town. He was wearing his old blue jeans. She was looking at him the way girls do sometimes. Little blue dress, her hair all curls, and a couple of friends, they were talking behind their hands. She was looking at him the way girls do sometimes. And life will bring you perfect, just a moment at a time. But if you're always begging on that call, you might think you got nothing at all, nothing at all. If something is broken, can't be fixed, was it a dream, or did it exist, or does it really matter anyway? But down at the church there's a rummage sale, little blue dress, a steal at 50 cents. Hold that one up, I think it'll look real fine. Love makes no sense, it'll make you fall. It might bring you everything, it might leave you with nothing at all. Nothing at all. Well, they cut down the old willow tree near the center of town, put in a Dairy Queen, that's the way it goes in this old world sometimes. But Friday night you'll find them there with a couple of friends, they'll be talking behind their hands. the way girls do sometimes. And love makes no sense. It'll make you fall. It might leave you everything. It might leave you with nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. There's the seriously slowed down version of Little Blue Dress from my first album. And, you know, I still love playing that song because it was partially inspired by the town of Potomac, Maryland that I grew up in, and watching that town go from a rural paradise to endless suburbs and traffic lights and so forth. And in my mind, it's still there. It's still there, Potomac, Maryland. So some things never change. Memories, sometimes they get in there, and that's the way they are. Actually, memories do change. That should be a whole topic of a show. Anyway, if you're just joining us, Jenny Van West coming to you live from the Postcards studio. I'm so happy that you're here. Let's check in and see what's going on. All right, David Hinsky, it's good to see you. How are things in the heartland? Oh, Diana Griffin Ennis, we got a letter from you. It's going to get read at 11:30. It's going to be 100 degrees all week. I need to go shopping for a mother of the groom outfit, and I don't want to leave my house. There's a whole story in there, Diana. Well, good luck with that, and congratulations. And yes, that sounds the idea of like going out into the heat and then going into another place and changing clothes. I can feel you. I feel you on that one. All right, let's see what's going on with earbuds with the mic dad. So I had to buy a new one and accidentally. Okay, this is a weekend update. Weekend update with Dig a Cat. And accidentally bought 5 CDs too. Whoops, Cat Stevens, Catch Bull at 4, The Clash, self-titled, and Give 'Em Enough Rope, Bob Dylan, Shot of Love, and Knocked Out Loaded. Should be arriving this week. Sweet, sweet. Sounds like a great thing. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. So it's 11:15, and you know what that means. It's time to swig some coffee. All right, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And it's time for Steals and Deals. So this morning, and we have some new departments I have to tell you about. Okay, so here's the deal. We don't have a letter from Grandma this week. She's very busy, but we heard from her last week. So if you didn't hear that, just rewind to last week and go listen. There's a letter from Grandma. We have a new Ask Grandma column. I should make a banner about this. And what you do is you write to Grandma. Here it is, Ask Grandma, okay? You can ask her advice, whatever. She lives in North Godovia, tends sheep, and she's a very wise person because she listens to Postcards every week and hangs out with us. So you can write to her, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. Okay, write to Grandma, and we'll get you a letter back from her. All right, and photo of mystery. I got a nice stack of photos, and I have another one to share today, and I think I'm going to share it right around the same, maybe right after the letters, okay? Well, we had a photo of mystery last week, and I have to check and see if anybody got it. But what I discovered was that I have several photos from the same place. So we're going to just keep doing it every week until you guys figure out where it is, all right? Or not. Maybe the big reveal will be at the end of the summer season. I think that's what we're going to do. This summer's photos of mystery. They're beautiful. Okay, and so that's a new thing. And I do want to mention one other thing before we do Steals and Deals, because I'm 2 minutes late. I do have a Patreon. We got one new, thank you, Diggy, for joining last week, /Jenny Van West at patreon.com. It's a subscription where you can do from $1 to $5 to $10 to $25 a month on a subscription basis, just like you pay for the newspaper, okay? And it'll help us keep the, keep the lights on in the Postcard studio, which it's about $35 a month to do this show. 35, 40, somewhere in there, okay? So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. We're going to bump it up a little bit until we get to the $40 a month mark. Okay, that being said, it's time for Steals and Deals. It's everybody's favorite. So, if you're just joining us for the first time, I get circulars in my mailbox, and one time I did like the first one was wasn't really a revenge reading of Steals and Deals. It was just me being, me being me. I was like, I didn't get any postcards again, so I'm going to read the Steals and Deals. And guess what? Everybody loved it. So here we go. Hannafords. We're going to look in here and see what we got. And a couple weeks ago, I had a great time with Ken Waldman. He helped me pick out some good steals and deals in here. So let's take a look at Hannaford Brothers. Let's see what we got. Okay. Not bad. Pint of blueberries or golden pineapples or both. How about that? 2 for $4. That's pretty good. Probably not organic, but if you're looking for a good deal, Hannaford's 2 for $4. There it is. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, cantaloupe, $2.99. That's really good, and that's very refreshing in the summer. A cantaloupe for $2.99. $3 for a cantaloupe. That's actually pretty good. And I'm guessing that right now they're awesome. So the way you check a cantaloupe, all right, you get your cantaloupe. It shouldn't be mushy anywhere, but you should be able to push in where the stem was just a little bit, and it should have a nice smell, okay? If it's really ripe, it's going to be a little bit mushy when you cut it, right? But you want it to have that nice scent, okay, a cantaloupe scent. And when they're ripe, you know they're delish. All right. Not everybody's thing, but I love them. They're really good in the hot weather. Okay, so let's see. We've got, all right, seedless cucumbers about this long for 99 cents. Hard telling, not knowing if they're good. But right now, go to the farmer's market. That's where the steal and deal is on the cucumbers. They're starting to come in, and pretty soon you can get cases of pickling cukes, which you can eat, skin and all, and they're just delicious, okay? Last year had bumper crop, this year not so many. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for cucumbers, probably in the backyard. All right, so let's move along. Okay, and everybody's favorite Market Basket with their fabulous circa 1962 graphic design, but oops, and it's upside down. But not 1962 prices, sorry. Sometimes you get 1995 prices, not so bad. Okay, here we go. All right, well, they have a whole pack of baby seedless cucumbers for $1.99. That's almost a pound, okay? 50 cents off. Hard telling, not knowing if those cucumbers are good. Like I said, go to the farmer's market on Wednesday or Saturday down in Deering Oaks. Honey Crisp apples, and they have a picture of Macintoshes, by the way. Honey Crisp, I know my apples. Come on, this is Maine. We know our apples up here. Those are not Honey Crisps in the picture. Those are Macintoshes. But Honey Crisp apples, they do keep very well, and $1.99 a pound is about as low as you get for Honey Crisp apples, and they, those are good if you're buying from the store. Honey Crisp, pretty good. All right, organic raspberries, $2.99. Okay, now, this is a steal. Get prepared, all you kombucha people, okay? They have Synergy Kombucha, 7 varieties for $3 a bottle, okay? That's actually a really good price. If I'm wrong about that, if in your area you have a better price than that, I want to know about that. But $2.99 a bottle, it's still expensive, okay? But you can go other places and you pay $5 for that bottle of kombucha, all right? If you're lucky, you have a friend with a mushroom growing in a jar of tea, for instance, an Albanian friend who makes their own kombucha. So anyway, okay, so last thing, fresh bunch beets. Also hard telling, not knowing. If those beet greens are nice and fresh, that's going to be really nice. We have fresh bunch of beans for $1.99. That's a great price. My guess is the greens are beat to smithereens because they've been repackaged a few times. But if you're in the area, go to Market Basket and see if you can get some decent beets for $1.99 a bunch. And if the beet greens are good, cook those things. Okay. Let's do like one more, and then let's call it good for this week. Okay. Let's see. We've got a comment. Love cantaloupe. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, last thing. Let's see if there's any personal care items like shampoo. You remember last week we had 87-cent shampoo? And that was at Hannaford's. You get VO5 shampoo for 87 cents last week. Never seen it since the 70s, maybe the 80s. Okay, well, that's good for Market Basket. Let's do, we're going for broke here. Oh, no, here it is. Still Market Basket. Okay, looking at laundry detergent. Everybody needs it. There's different ways to deal with that. Sometimes if I run out, I like to use Dr. Bronner's. That's a pretty economical way to wash your clothes. And sometimes you can just send it through without any extra suds because there's already so much in your clothes. Did you know that? Did you know? All right. Could be a whole nother department here on Postcards. I'm going to say a whole giant thing, 36 to 40 ounce bottle of all laundry detergent, $3.49. That's a pretty good deal. $3.49 for a giant thing of all. Or Arm & Hammer, 118 to 150 ounce, a giant thing for $7.99. I think that's the best. Palmolive dish detergent, 2 for $5. Okay, Market Basket. You got my attention. All right. Okay, so it's time for another song. It's time for another song. So this weekend, I had an interesting adventure with musical instruments. As some of you know, I have some programs here in Maine that serve recent immigrants and their families, finding guitars, piano, keyboards. I've worked with a lot of individuals and churches and families and done a lot of different kinds of things in that department. That's just been my way of saying thank you to the universe for everything that's been given to me, and harmonize with new arrivals. You got something going on in your everybody's got something going on right now. Either we don't want to get into politics, but it can be very divisive right now. There's a lot of reasons why people might not be getting along, and finding a creative way to use music for that could just be the thing. Okay, so anyway, my point being, when I travel, sometimes I have the opportunity to pick up instruments to bring back to Maine. And I went down to Maine. I went down to Rhode Island with Charlotte, my button accordion, who some of you met last week. Actually, who was supposed to make a debut, who was supposed to be on the show today. I completely forgot about that. Sorry. Charlotte will be on next week. She might make a quick appearance, just to keep my promise. I don't like breaking promises. I went down with an accordion and with my one of my little older guitars. There we go. And came back with, last night we had 4 guitars in the car and we had 4 guitars. Then we dropped off my brother-in-law with his guitar, and then we picked up a keyboard, so we came home with 3 guitars, an accordion, and a keyboard in the car. And so you can do the math. It's like a little math problem. You can see that there's more instruments in my house today. They'll be heading down to the studio, which, by the way, will eventually have a postcard studio in it, but not yet. Not yet. It's mostly going to be right here in my little corner. Okay, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. And while I'm playing a song, maybe if you haven't told me yet about your weekend, how was your weekend? What's up? How's the weather? How you dealing with the heat? What's going on? Send me a little soundbite and I'll share it. All right. Okay, and we're also going to check one more thing, which is to make sure that sometimes my audio gets knocked out. Looks like it's looking good. All right. So this is off my second album, full-length album. All right, here we go. Standing in this darkened room, don't know why I'm here. Some things that I once understood are not completely clear, and that has made a silhouette of all that I hold dear. I'm hanging on to shadows, and none of it is real. Touch your face. The edges tell a story of a world that's been erased. The darkness took the clarity that longing has replaced. Forgotten every answer, but these questions will not wait. I don't know just where I am. It's a missing door in the promised land, a broken lock, and the key in my head. impossible to know anything. 7 times the blindfold, 7 times the light. The day breaks through my window, but I'm still not seeing right. Caught up in the glare of all we thought but couldn't say. I cannot let it go, and yet we've got to find a way. And I don't know where I stand, and I don't know just where I am. It's a missing door to a promised land, a broken lock and the key in my head. Ah, that felt good. When I sing, I feel like it combs out some of the snarls and rat's nests of life. That's the way I feel. So I should just say, if you got a minute today, I know you do somewhere where you're just sitting at a traffic light or whatever, just break out into song. That's my advice. I know you probably do it. I should ask that, actually. Thank you, Diggy. I should ask that. Where is your favorite place to sort of randomly break out into song? Is it in the car? Is it in the shower? Is it in the garden? Is it in the middle of is it at the bus stop? Is it while you're wearing your headphones? Do you interact with people when you do it? I want to hear about it. Where do you randomly break into song? Okay, I'll tell you about a little bit of mine. I randomly break into song all the time, especially when I see people that I love or I haven't seen in a while. I love to just sing their name. It's a thing. It helps me stay connected to that different kind of voice usage. And at the radio station when the mic is muted. All right, if you don't know Diana, she's got a show on KKFI. You should go check it out. Kansas City, here I come. All right, so it is 11:31. It's time for another swig of coffee. All right. And we're going to check in with the comments, and we're going to check in with the loves and likes, and let's see who's in the room. Carolyn Irving, Hansky, and Jeffrey Randall. Nice to see you all here. Oh, my God, I think I'm always singing. There you go. That's the stuff right there. All right, so we've got mail, and if you send me a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098, it will go on the Wall of Love, which is right here. And we've made several walls of love together. We used to have a huge one right here, and then we made another one over there, and which is still there, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Look at that. Da 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 da. See anything familiar? See anything familiar? And if you're jealous of me for having that amazing drawing of a hand, that's from my friend Taya. She's 6. No, she's not. She's 8. Lost track. All right, here we go. We've got mail. Let's see what's going on here in the mail. Thank you all for writing to me. This is really wonderful. Send some postcards back. Okay, so first things first. We got a postcard from Ken Waldman, who's one of the longest time, most dedicated postcard writers of anybody I know, and he always has a poem on the back that he wrote. But check out these stamps. These are really fun. Mail early in the day. That's from some kind of old stamps. And then we've got some really nice love stamps. I don't know if those are new or old or whatever, but I love that. And it says, hey there, Jenny, a postcard and a poem for the greater collection. Thanks so much for hosting me. More before long, Ken. All right, and this went out from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 25th of July. All right, let's take a look. McKean County. This is an acrostic poem. He writes these for specific places to honor them. Music in the sky, the hills. Clouds make music too. Keep listening, there's music everywhere. Rivers, lakes, a forest, a clearing. There's nothing that's not music. Can you hear the wild? Open yourself to everything underneath. There's nothing that's not music. The dirt, the rocks, your history on earth. Really nice. Really, really nice. Thank you, Ken. And there's also a whole package of something or other from Ken Waldman, and we're going to take a look in there. And I bet it's a bunch of poems. Let's take a look. I'm not going to read every single one. Oh, yes, it's some packs of, oh, no, it's new CDs. Look at this. Now entering Alaska Time. There's a novel that goes along with this. More favorites from Ken Waldman and profanities. And there's nothing on the back. I can't wait to hear that. So congratulations on your new CDs. Look forward to listening. I now have finally a CD player in my house again that's easily accessible. All right, and the next one, I'm tearing this open because I'm so excited. Diana Ennis from Westwood, Kansas. Thank you for writing in today. Lovely picture. Oh, yes, this is from the inmate participate arts and prison programming. Okay, this is cool. I want to read about this. We have a bunch on the other Wall of Love from last spring, from the Arts and Prison program last winter, that Diana sent along. This is really cool. Arts and Prison Incorporated is a nonprofit tax-exempt organization. Founded in 1995, programs include the East Hill Singers, photography, visual arts, writing, theater, I'm totally reading this back, philosophy, literature, yoga, meditation, crochet, and knitting, and other music programs. So needed in this world, anywhere. But in prison, wow, that's awesome. Arts and Prison's mission is to use the arts to inspire positive change in the incarcerated, to reduce recidivism, and to reconnect ex-offenders with their communities. I'm all about it. I love it. Harmonizing. Thank you. All right, now let's get to the letter, shall we? Dear Jenny. Dearest Jenny, 26 July 2022. Shame on me for not sending you a postcard from Portugal when I was there in June. Major fail. Okay, forgive yourself. Love yourself. Hug yourself, all right? We've been busy with the Heartland Song Network launching an Elder Songs project, planning a songwriting retreat in October in the Ozarks, monthly listening room concerts, youth song swaps, and more. Who knew retirement could be so busy? We're enjoying cooler temps, except this week. You told me that. I'm glad you had a cool week last week. We're enjoying cooler temps. And also, I want to know what that means. If you're in Kansas City this summer, what does cooler temperatures mean? We're enjoying cooler temps, windows open, and birds singing, but it will be short-lived. Summer in the Heartland. XOXO, Diana Lynn. Thank you, darling. Appreciate it. It's going up on the wall of love. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love with all this mail. Ba-ba-dee-doo-da. All right. Wonderful. That's the mail for this week. Thanks, everybody, for writing in. You can be a part of things. You can be a part of things by writing to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098, and I will gladly read it on the mail. And I'm going to be sending out a couple postcards today myself. So, responding to the mail. All right, it's time for the mystery postcard. Mystery photo. Okay, this is the thing. I got a stack of these photos. Ken Waldman shared it with Ken Waldman, whose poem we risk. Wow, I lost connection with everything. That was really unbelievable. Okay, there we go. Wow, you know, sometimes ghost in the machine. It's interesting. It's interesting how this happens. Let's do this. Let's get our mic back. Technical difficulties. Oh, now I look like a blue person. Interesting. All right, so let me try this again. All right, mystery photo this week. It's actually the same place as last time. I have 5 photos from this place, and these were taken, I don't know, in the 20s. All right. So there you go. There's some hints. Here's some hints. Photo of mystery. I'll put it on the. Yes, I'm back. I don't know what happened. We had a ghost in the machine. So if you're just joining us for the first time, you may have noticed that occasionally we have technical difficulties, and today's no different. Let's see. We're gonna jump back in here with. Oh, I see what happened. When your program crashes, that's what happens sometimes. All right, so let's do this. We got everything back. Let's do a song. So I've been playing some sedate stuff, so I'm going to play this one. This is off my first record. Well, Nellie ran off with the butcher's son, had a phone in his pocket, nothing could be done. Follow him anywhere under the sun. Nellie, won't you come back home? Well, she's about this tall and cute as can be. I saw her at the barber shop late last week. She kissed you all over for a peck on the cheek. Nellie, won't you come back home? Nellie, come home to your kin, 'cause we don't know what you done, and we don't know where you've been. We're gonna sit right down by the railroad track and count them cars till you come back. Get you up in a hickory sack. Nellie, won't you come back home? Well, Nellie's got a problem chasing cars and treeing cats in the neighbor's yard, begging for scraps at the restaurant. Nellie, won't you come back home? Well, she's a good old gal, always making friends, and she'll love you up if you lose or win. At the screen door, just let her in. Nellie, won't you come back home? Nellie, come home to your kin, 'cause we don't know what you done, and we don't know where you've been. We're gonna sit right down by the railroad track and count them cars till you come back. Get you up in a hickory sack. Nellie, won't you come back home? Nellie, come home to your kin, 'cause we don't know what you done, and we don't know where you've been. We're gonna sit right down by the railroad track and count them cars till you come back. Get you up in a hickory sack. Nellie, won't you come back home? We're gonna sit right down by the railroad track and count them cars till you come back. Get you up in a hickory sack. Nellie, won't you come back home? All right, Nellie, come back home, Nellie. Oh, I love singing that. You know, kids love that song. Pretty much everyone loves that song. I have to say, it's like, if I ever wrote a greatest hit, it might be that song, because it has the broadest appeal. And you know, I think I'm gonna say, life does not always go as planned. And how do we deal with that? And do we have the support that we need to deal with that? And you know, one of the things that I find is that if I sing, like I said, it tends to comb out some of the rat's nest and makes it easier to think. Makes it easier to be present, and all that good stuff. And you know, so even on a weekend when you had a good time, or you had sometimes life is always happening, you know. And a very wise person, there we go, I got my color back. A very wise person said once, life is what happens while you're making other plans. Life is what happens while you're making other plans. And you know, life is what happens when you're making other plans. So anyway, we had a quick, I'm going to just make sure that this got seen, photo of mystery today, okay? This goes with last week's photo of mystery that's up on the Facebook page. You can go over there, like and share. And, you know, if you love this show, take a screenshot right now, because this is kind of what it's like. It's a photo of mystery blocking out my face. love to have you in the group. And, if you are so inclined, I'm just going to share this one more time. Join the Patreon. It's about $40 a month to run the show, and I've done some sponsors here and there, and had help in kind, and all these kinds of things. But right now, I'm trying to build my Patreon up, one patron at a time. And last week it was Diggy, and I appreciate that, Diggy. So if you're so inclined, please do join us. All right, so we're getting pretty close to talking about what's coming up. And I got a couple things to talk about, but mostly it's songs and stuff like that. Let's see, did I do everything? We got Steals and Deals, we got mail, we got new mail, and I think it's time for another song. It's just time for, it's 11:44. Okay, so a couple new things going on. The Photo of Mystery is a new thing for the summer season, and then we are starting a new department here at Postcards, Ask Grandma, okay? Grandma writes in when she has time, and she listens every week on the wireless over in North Moldova, which is up somewhere off the coast of Finland. If you can find it on a map, please do tell me. But you can ask Grandma. You can write to her at P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine 04098. All right, so let's get this capo off and play something. Trying to think about what else I want to share with you. Yeah, so I told you a little bit about, I do have a habit of collecting guitars and piano keyboards for folks. And people who are new in the country, right now we have a lot of people coming from Angola, Congo, and a lot of them are staying in hotels right now because they're being rented out as shelters. We had a huge influx last year, and they continue to come. So there's plenty to do. There's plenty to do if you have people in your neighborhood or on your block or in your world who just need an extra helping hand. How about a little bit of music along with whatever else they're needing, A little music, a little encouragement through music is always a good thing. So I like to teach and give instruments to people. So if you want to be a part of that, just hit me up and I'll tell you how it works. So I've played this on the show a lot. It's the title track of my last album, and I don't get tired of it. I wrote it I was experiencing some darkness, but I wrote a happy song about it because I was like, let's look on the flip side. All right, here we go. I got my old sweetheart back in my arms again, and that good Mr. Bluebird is working his charms again. And Lady Luck, she's taking her sweet old turn. We got happiness to burn. So don't ever go, and don't ever be a fool again. I got my heart on my sleeve, and it's dedicated to you. Keep the fire warm until that moment I return. We'll have happiness to burn. Ooh, ba-doop, boo-ba-doop, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, we'll have happiness to burn. On the day you left, my skies turned gray. Then the sun came out and the teardrops dried. When you decided to stay, I got my old sweetheart back in my arms again. And that good Mr. Bluebird is working his charms again. And Lady Luck, she's taking her sweet old turn. We got happiness to burn. Keep the fire warm until that moment I return. We'll have happiness to burn. Brought to you by Postcards in the Postcard studio. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We had a call. Do we have any comment? Yeah. So, I never get tired of playing that. I feel like I'm on a 1940s radio show when I play that song. That's kind of the idea. So let's see. We got a couple more minutes here. And, I wanted to talk a little bit about instruments and what I'm doing with them. I have quite a collection of instruments myself that have come to me in various ways, and they come and they go. Right now, I have been collecting piano keyboards for a new class that was organized by a bunch of young ladies from Angola. And so I've been collecting keyboards, and you guys know who you are. Thank you so much for all the donations. I've been going around, I've been ordering up extra plugs where needed and that sort of thing. People have been so generous. Pat Cannon up in Brunswick, thank you. I received a bunch of keyboards from you. Dick Lasivita last night in Attleboro, wonderful fiddle camp friend of many people, wonderful photographer, and also a very generous person, passed along a wonderful little keyboard for me. Not actually little, good, solid Yamaha keyboard, and that's going to be going directly to folks who are, getting established here, whether they came here with their families or they came here with their sister and they're young and they're trying to find their way. And, some people come when they're older, and, we have guitar classes, and I've been collecting guitars too. So I have quite a few guitars right now, but some of them need work. So anyway, I have this new space, and I've been teaching out of it. It has been an absolute fundamental help to what I do in the community. And so thank you all for your enthusiasm and support. Some people saw the photos of my new studio before it was even set up. It's been a great magnet for bringing in some new students and also building some community. So thank you for that. If you want to be a part of that, just join my Patreon, and you can chip in to help me with all the different things I do, postcards and teaching in the community, and just trying to keep the light bill paid so I can continue to put out records. That's my next thing is, in the next year or so. I mean, I've been kind of on hiatus from some things, just trying to reestablish connections with my family and stay connected with family, and to grieve some losses and these kinds of things. That playing catch up after the pandemic is no joke. It's no joke. So anyway, grateful to be together this morning. I think we're going to jump into, talking about what's coming up. I forgot to do that. So what's coming up? We're going to be on the air on Mondays through some point in August. I haven't quite figured out exactly when our end date for. I'm going to take a couple weeks off at the end of the month to do family stuff and work stuff. Excuse me. And I do have a house concert coming up on the 12th of August right here, and I'm going to be, hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that I can get this thing live streamed from the backyard. I'm not making any guarantees, but I think I can pull it off. I'm going to try. And I'll be talking about how to get connected with that. And if you're on my Patreon, if there's a live stream from my backyard, you will know about it, and I'll give you the password. I've got a house concert also coming up in the 13th of August. So Friday, August 12th is going to be Johnny Myers and Ariel Silver coming from New York and Los Angeles, respectively, to play in the backyard of yours truly. Looking forward to that. And then on the 13th, I'll be playing up north in Livermore up by the river there at River Keep house concert. Wonderful old haunted house, lovely people, and it's not a bad haunting. It's good, the good kind of haunting. It's just got vibes. It's a wonderful place. Introduced to me by Ed Disjardin. I've played up there a couple of times. Livermore, I'll be playing with Johnny Myers. And so if you're up in that neck of the woods, which is out by, up around Augusta area, do hit me up and I'll give you the details, okay? I'd love to see you there on the 13th, which is a Saturday. All right, so, and then fall season is going to begin after Labor Day, and very shortly after Labor Day is Porch Fest in my neighborhood, and I'll be helping out with that. I got to get busy with that. I haven't even thought about it, and now that I'm back from Rhode Island, I think I will. So, out with a couple more songs. I actually want to go back to that swing progression I was just using, and I want to do a little experiment, which I did to great effect this weekend, and we'll see if I can pull it off again. I've been feeling really called to older folk songs the last couple of years. I think it's the times. I think it's the times wanting to come back into some simpler stuff, you know? So I'm going to play a couple before I go off the air today. But I want to come back to these chords to sing a song that I've been talking with somebody about, and it's, when I was growing up, I knew this song, and it always had very sad vibes for me, and I was never quite sure why. But I wanted to dress it up a little bit and see if we could put something underneath it that would change how we felt about it, how I felt about it. Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Roses love sunshine, violets love dew, angels in heaven know I love you. And down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Roses love sunshine, violets love dew, angels in heaven know I love you. Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. So anyway, if you're just joining us, Postcards with Jenny Van West, happy to be here with you this morning. You can write to me, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. Your postcard and or letter, PG11, keep it clean, will go on the Wall of Fame, and I'll read it on the show. And we had some lovely mail today from Ken Waldman and Diana Lynn Ennis. Thank you for writing to us. And the photo of mystery today. I'm going to show it one more time. I'll put it up on our Facebook page after the show. We've got another one that's up there from last week, and these are all photos of the same place, okay? So if you're not sure where this is, keep watching. Keep watching. And by the end of once we get through our photos, it'll be about the end of the summer, our little summer Mondays, and we'll share the location. So write it on a postcard, send it to me, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. All right, and last comment, lovely. Thank you, darling. So anyway, it's been a wonderful time hanging out here on Mondays with Jenny in the Postcard studio where it's always 70 sunny. I don't have I didn't give you okay, I'm going to give you it right now. The bird feeder report. You know, we usually have a bird feeder report. There's usually something to say. But I'm going to tell you that the squirrels got in there over the weekend while I was gone for a couple of days, and they knocked down the bird feeder. So more next week. And if you want to hear your own words of wonderfulness read on the air, write to me at P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. I got some postcards to go out today. It's been absolutely lovely to be here with all of you. And I want to make sure I said hi to everybody, because I think there's Kathy Marshall, neighbor. Hi. Nice to see you here. Thanks for saying hey. So, you know, we're going to go out with, let's see, what are we going to go out with? What are we going to go out with? I feel like I was feeling a little bit like I was living in this song over the weekend, so we're just going to play it. And Thanks for being here, and we'll catch up with you next Monday at 11. I'll be right here waiting for you. This one's for you, Diane, and all y'all others that listened in this morning. I got $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loved me very much. You got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. Leaving Kansas City on my mind. I got home late last night from a party on the hill. When I went to flip that light switch, I hadn't paid the bill. So I called up my friend Kitty to see if she was in. The operator said, no, Kitty, she's in the bathtub drinking gin. I got $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loved me just a little too much. You got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. Leaving Kansas City on my mind. To borrow bag or steal, I went down to the bank to help my poor friend Kitty, 'cause she's sitting in the tank. Haven't paid the light bill, we'll be dancing by the moon. Kitty's great, but she's gotta wait, tell her we'll be there real soon. With our $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loved me just a little too much. He got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. Leaving Kansas City on my mind. Now when I'm feeling blue and I want a real good time, I head for Kansas City 'cause he loves me all the time. Haven't paid the light bill, we'll be dancing by the moon. Kitty's great, but she's gotta wait, tell her we'll be there real soon. With our $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loved me just a little too much. You got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. Leaving Kansas City on my mind. Yeah, we're leaving Kansas City on my mind. All right, it's been great. Lots of love to you guys. Let me see a couple more comments before we go off the air. Yeah, dances, we love and appreciate you, Jenny. Thank you, Diggy. Always good to see you here. Great to see everybody. Lots of love, and we'll see you next week. Write me a postcard.